Emily pulled her sweater tighter around her as the cool ocean breeze swept through the quiet streets of Tidal Cove. She had only been in town for a few weeks, but already, the rhythms of the small coastal village were starting to soothe her aching heart. The breakup had left her fragile, bruised in ways she wasn't ready to admit. A fresh start, she had thought, was what she needed. What she hadn't expected was Ryan. She first met him in the dimly lit corner of the town's only bookstore, the Lighthouse Pages. Emily was thumbing through a dusty copy of Wuthering Heights when he appeared beside her. "You've got good taste," he said, flashing a smile that was warm but slightly teasing. Emily looked up, startled. He was tall, broad-shouldered, with an easy confidence that made her nervous. His eyes, a deep sea blue, held hers for a moment too long, and she quickly averted her gaze. "I've read it before," she muttered, clutching the book closer to her chest. Ryan chuckled. "Well, that makes two of us." "Let me guess, you're new here?" Emily nodded, not trusting herself to say more. There was something about him too familiar, too easygoing, that set her on edge. She wasn't ready for this. Not yet. Over the next few weeks, she found herself bumping into Ryan more than she would have liked. At the cafe, walking along the beach, even at the local farmer's market. Each time, his playful charm and quick wit chipped away at her defenses. Despite herself, she started looking forward to their encounters. But every time he got too close, she pulled back, the ghosts of her past holding her captive. Ryan, on the other hand, was intrigued by Emily's quiet intensity. After years of working in the corporate world, managing a string of successful ventures, he had returned to Tidal Cove to find something he'd lost, a sense of peace. He hadn't expected to find someone like Emily. She was different from anyone he had ever met. There was a vulnerability in her that called out to him, even as she tried to push him away. One evening, as a fierce storm rolled in from the Atlantic, Emily found herself alone at the bookstore, the rain hammering against the windows. She had come for comfort in the pages of her favorite novels, but her mind kept drifting to Ryan. Just as she was about to leave, the bell above the door jingled, and there he was, soaked but smiling. "Looks like we're stuck here," he said, glancing at the torrential downpour outside. Emily felt her heart race as he came closer, the air between them thick with unspoken words. "Emily," Ryan said softly, "I know you've been hurt before, but I'm not him. You can trust me." Her defenses crumbled in that moment. The vulnerability she had been guarding so fiercely finally found its voice. "I don't know if I can do this, Ryan. Every time I start to feel something, I'm terrified it's going to fall apart again." Ryan stepped closer, his voice gentle but firm. "I can't promise everything will be perfect, but I'm here. I'm not going anywhere." As the storm raged outside, they sat on the floor of the bookstore, talking late into the night. They shared their fears, their hopes, and their broken dreams. For the first time in years, Emily let someone in. When the storm passed and the sun broke through the clouds, Emily realized something had shifted between them. The walls she had built around herself were slowly coming down, brick by brick. Over the following weeks, Ryan and Emily's bond deepened, but Ryan's business commitments loomed large. His responsibilities in the city threatened to pull him away from Tidal Cove, and the life they had begun to build together seemed uncertain. "I don't want to lose you," Emily confessed one evening, her voice trembling with the weight of the words. "You won't," Ryan assured her, holding her close. "We'll figure this out. Together." And they did. Through the challenges, the fear of the unknown, and the pull of old wounds, they found a way to balance the life they had each known with the love they had discovered. In Tidal Cove, amidst the sound of crashing waves and the scent of salt in the air, Emily and Ryan found their second chance, one they hadn't been searching for, but desperately needed. Because sometimes love, like the tides, has a way of pulling you back in, even when you least expect it.